continuing in my theme of giving the wearaboos and the Vatniks a little bit of a break so they don't feel quite so picked on, here's another Western jet that I'm going to crap on. It's not the worst of them by far, but this thing is garbage. And I think what's very telling about how garbage it is that they used them briefly and then they tried to retire them, they tried to give them to the National Guard, they tried to get rid of them, and then they found themselves in conflict in Vietnam and they suddenly needed aircraft, and all of a sudden they were yanking them back out of mothballs, but they were also trying to palm them off on people. The US government and the US Air Force clearly were not keen on having this aircraft, and with good reason. I mean, although yes, it's transonic and it's able to push through the sound barrier to quite a significant degree, it was generally designed to be a subsonic attack aircraft, and it wasn't particularly great in that role. It didn't handle well that role. It suffered massively from adverse yaw, and it suffered from the worst thing about it, and this is what killed an awful lot of its pilots. I know, you see, this is the thing, I said negative things about the f100 because it used to kill pilots when they were landing and taking off. So did this. This thing used to do this, had this problem where basically as you were coming into land, you'd obviously be pitching up the nose as you were trying to slow down, your flaps are down and everything else, but you'd get to a certain speed and then your ailerons would stop working. And it was because the air was coming over the top of the wing and just missing the ailerons. My phone's ringing, which, yeah, I could be professional and start from scratch, but no, that was the kid's school phoning up. Anyway, so this thing, right, as it was coming into landing, what would happen is you would lose aileron control, so you'd only be able to steer with the rudder. And worse than that, if you banked the aircraft and you managed to get it into a bank, one of the ailerons would still have very disruptive airflow, but the other aileron would suddenly find itself sticking in the airflow like a great big air dam. And that would hit, the airflow would hit that and it would spin the aircraft. And the pilot would overcorrect, and then you'd get this thing where it would like snake as it was coming in. And I'll see if I can find it and I'll add it to this video, the footage of one of these coming into land and it going catastrophically wrong. And it wasn't an uncommon thing. It was, I can't remember the name they gave to it, but basically these things were horrifying to land, especially at low speeds, especially with crosswinds. So Western aircraft, arguably pilot junk. Whereas this thing, it's Daddy the Sabre. This thing was amazing. And them fighting words if you start saying about MiG-15s or whatever. Yes, I know these got shot down by MiG-15s, but MiG-15s were losing to these at a rate of 10 to 1. So yeah, bite me. This thing's amazing.